Still morning. It's been a long morning. Um, I work with the world healing field, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I work with it in the dream world. I work with it in the sort of awake world, and I'm grounding the disturbance of the world continuously. I have, another 100 people um, that I'm conscious of that are working with grounding the energy with me. And then there's many more who are joining joining the healing club, who are working with the world energies. Many of the people helping me work with the world energies are my clients, friends, and students. And for many of us, consciously working with the world's disturbance or just working with the stuff that seems to be coming up in our own lives, I would say the majority of people would say that there's a lot going on. And energetically, and I did a healing with sound session earlier. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, just working with a lot of energy, did 2 hours of yogic breathing, just working with the energies of disturbance and just grounding all that energy that had come out, probably from people, grounding it back into the earth, because it's not bad energy. It's just when it's trapped and coming out, it's disturbing. And I spent a couple hours this morning, from about 5 to 7 working with the energetics. And then I had then I came back down. I did some more. Then I did some yoga. Then I did some sounding. Anyway, it has been a very busy morning. And then I made a sound healing video where we primarily were releasing the energies of grief, but then we also released the energies of anger. And then we released the energies of grief, fear, and anger together, that were all contained right in this area. So we did that earlier. That video, I think, is uploading right now. And I thought to make shorter video for those people who look, 5 minutes, I could do 5 minutes for those people, and who are also interested in the Mayan calendar. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about and read related to the Mayan calendar, but I think there's just some thoughts here that are really good. So today is of the 20 solar tribes. So there are 20 solar tribes. There's 5 red tribes, 5 blue tribes, 5 white tribes, 5 yellow tribes. Four sets of colors that add up to 20 tribes. Today is tribe number 12, the yellow human. And the yellow human is related to the heart, which is the area of most of the work that I did earlier today with sound, was over the heart. And the words associated with yellow human are influences, free will, and wisdom. And so there's a word in the Yucatec language, the Mayan language of the Yucatec people, and it's Winclil. And what Winclil is, The definition of the word windclill is cosmic vibratory root. Now, when you think of grounding, grounding is an energetic component to having roots. So a tree has roots that go down into the ground and hold the tree in that position. And trees work with a lot of energy. And so they're kind of working with earth energies mostly. They also work with a lot of human energies. So if there are mass traumas, oftentimes the trees take and hold those traumas until a human or humans can come back and release and integrate that trauma from the tree for the humans. We are humans. We have human bodies, and we're beings. So we're human beings. We're beings that have incarnated into human bodies. And all of us, if there are 8 billion, I haven't met all of them, but if there are 8 billion human beings on the planet, all of them are assisting with this transformation of the human being into a fifth dimensional human. It's an undertaking. I've just been told some things about it. I've experienced many things about it. And I can't say that I understand it, but I have thoughts about it. And so we are a root system for the cosmos. So the cosmos is bringing in vibrations, and when our crown is open and when our being is connected to these higher realm vibrations, then we act as an antenna or as a rooting system to bring these energies into the earth. When we do that, we are acting as a windclill. We are acting as a cosmic vibratory root, which I like it. And when you say, oh, you got good vibes, that's a person who's bringing in these higher realm vibrations that are assisting the whole earth to shift into a higher dimensional planet. Now, from what I understand, from what I've been told, the planet is already there. And what's happening right now is a shifting of the consciousness of human beings so that they can properly be a part of this high vibrational planet. But the fact that the planet went higher vibration before us means that its vibrations are disturbing, can be, might be, depending on your perception, disturbing for you. Because that's what healing's about. Healing is about the stuck, overwhelming events or traumas, the stuck events that didn't get released and integrated, like the tree store and like we store. As the vibration goes up, it makes it more imperative that we release this stuck energy, or we're going to be very uncomfortable like now. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not listening to this. There's no point. If you're just like working the energies and you're just like, hey, everything's beautiful in its own way, you're already there. The rest of us are working it. We're just cosmic vibratory roots moving through the world, doing the little things that we do. When we have some little thing to do, we do that little thing consistently. And we keep working on having this crown open to this higher realm of consciousness. And when we are open to that higher realm of consciousness, we're bringing in energies that cause us at times to feel really good. And those times where those energies that we're bringing in or up hit those spots of contracted old events with lots of emotions, we go, oh. We may not do it so kind of goofy. We may just be like, oh, whatever. It's all possibly goofy. So I utilize the Mayan calendar to just get a sense of what the rhythms are, because the Mayan calendar is about lunar cycles. 28-day lunar cycles make the months, and 13 of those lunar cycle make the year that matches the year that was made up by Pope Gregory. But the Mayan year is a spiral, so you keep coming back to similar things. But the spiral is a 260-day spiral, so it doesn't match that 365-day year. And it's constantly giving us an opportunity to hit that same vibrational point and shift our vibrational route. And it keeps happening. And sometimes it's happening seemingly really fast, like now. Okay, so here's the words about being human, a yellow human. And you don't have to be a yellow human, but you're part of the 20 tribes, and we're all part of the 20 tribes. And it says to have a human life is a precious opportunity. Being human grants us the ability to integrate our primal nature with our self-reflective intellect and our celestial essence. Within every human being flows the stream of wisdom from our ancestors. We influence each other by modeling our values. All that we think. I can see I didn't plug things in. I'm going to go ahead and plug them in just in case it makes a difference. My apologies we'll just see how the sound is. Okay, we'll just set this here. And if you couldn't hear anything up to now, this is probably the part you needed to hear. Within every human being flows the stream of wisdom from our ancestors. We influence each other by modeling our values. All that we think, say, do, create, choose, and feel impacts those around us and contributes to the collective human consciousness, which we are in turn affected by subtly and overtly. All that we consider acceptable or normal merely reflects the precedents we have set for each other. The behaviors and attitudes we've inherited from our families and friends are for us to either perpetuate or to change and evolve. Wisdom is acquired through experimenting with our free will options. As an inner light, Wisdom offers insight and foresight, guiding the choices of our lives and inspiring us to assist our greater community. Wisdom and compassion form our human wholeness. Yellow human asks us to share our wisdom with our fellow humans, that we may in turn influence their free will towards the direction of wisdom. As Native American wisdom requests, in every deliberation we must consider the impact of our decisions on the next 7 generations. By design, we humans have a shared vulnerability, yet we evoke invincibility when we connect with each other and to the spirit which animates our humanity. As we see the many forces of the one humanity, may we humbly honor diversity. To be fully human means to know myself first as an essence of divinity, and then as a player in this huge dream called life. So today is a day of the yellow human, about influencing, about free will, and about wisdom. Now I want to talk about the next couple months coming up and things that would be useful to know about. I've talked about the 13 auspicious days of Paco Votan, and Paco Votan was Pakal, P-A-C-A-L-V-O-T-A-N. Paco Votan was the prophet, sage king of the Yucatec people from 603 to 683. And there were 13 days in this 260-day cycle that he found to be days where large changes could take place. In the 260-day cycle, which we started not long ago and it goes through March, the majority of the 13 days occur in the first few months. So this is October is split because it's a 28-day month. So part of October was in the third month that we'll be completing on Friday the 18th. The third month will be completed. And there's not a lot going on. I mean, there is a lot going on, but there's not a lot going on according to the calendar for that time period up until the 18th of October. And the 18th of October begins month 4, which is the moon of form. So the number 4 is about how the energetics actually begin to take form in the month of form. So right now we're in the month of service. So we're in the month to do what we can for those in our world, to help them to work with what they're working with, to be supportive in whatever ways we can, to just help during these trying times of change where there's nobody that I know who isn't struggling. I mean, some people are keeping a stiff upper lip, and some people are keeping a really high vibe. Even if they're just working with these difficult energies, they're keeping their vibe high. And some people are feeling like it's just a burden and they're just weighted down by it. It's different for everyone. But I want you to mark on your calendar, and I want you to know about a couple things that are going on. So starting with on Monday, October 21st, we're going to experience the 9th day, significant day of Pakal Votan, the 9 out of 13. So we're just into the beginning of the 4th month of the Mayan calendar. Oops, excuse me. We're just coming to the end of the third month and the beginning of the fourth month, and in the first 3 months we've already had 8 of the 13 significant days. So in the last 3 or 4 months, in the next 3 or 4 months, which is within that 260 days, there's only 5 more of these significant days. One of which is the 9th one is October 21st. Monday, October 21st, which is a white lunar world bridger, and the kin world bridger bridges the worlds of the higher world and this world, of the spirit world and the human world. So it's a big bridging day of the higher consciousness and this consciousness. That's Monday, October 21st. And that day also initiates 10 days of galactic activation portals, which means big energies coming in, energies that are such high vibrational energies that it'll actually activate our DNA. It'll help us to shift our consciousness to function better in a high vibe world. And seeing that it's said that we're cosmic vibratory roots, we occasionally need upgrades, and the upgrade periods are these galactic activation portals, but they usually don't occur for 10 days in a row. This month and next month they do. So this month, activation portal starts off with the 9th auspicious or significant day of Pakal on October 21st, and it runs through October 30th. And then the rest of the month is somewhat less active until we get to November 16th. And on November 16th, we're going to have the 10th auspicious or significant day of Prophet Pakal Votan. And then beginning on November 30th, which is another day of White World Bridger, and is also a new moon, the 30th of November, starts another 10 days of galactic activation portals. October and November are going to be memorable. And that galactic activation portal, which starts on the new moon, runs from November 30th through December 9th. And it seems like then, by all appearances, it eases up a bit. Just to give you an example, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 galactic activation portal days spread out through the 6th rhythmic moon of equality. I think that's enough. So October and November, and I've given you the dates, there's going to be a lot going on, and what you're doing now is preparing for it, and it's going to be wonderful if you're riding that wave. If you're like, I'm participating in this, whatever changes I need to make, I'm going to make. If you're riding that wave and staying right there, it's going to be an exciting time. And if you're trying to stop that wave, it just might roll over you. You'll be okay, but you might come up blah, 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 sputtering a bit. All right. That's enough of the Mayan calendar reading, and I feel like it's good to know what I've told you, and may it serve you well. Now let's go.